Did you know that for every dollar you put into email marketing, you get between $35 to $45 back? You heard that correctly. There is not a single ad platform, social media strategy, or SEO hack that even comes close to that number. And what's even more insane, that 36% of businesses still aren't using it at all. So if you happen to be a part of that percentage, or you feel like you're paying way too much for email marketing every single month, even if you're not using it enough, I'm going to show you exactly what tool to use so you can make money and not just spend it on email marketing. Now, what is email marketing and why do you need it? I get why you probably haven't been focused on email marketing. Let's be real, email marketing itself sounds really boring. It sounds like something big corporations do and not really something a one-person online business needs to worry about right now. But one thing I think a lot of people don't realize is that your Instagram could get shadow banned at any point, your TikTok and YouTube could get deleted tomorrow, but your email list is yours forever. No one can take that from you, whereas your social media following is not actually yours. You do not own it, you're simply renting it. And in that concept, the landlord can change the rules at any point. Your email list is the only asset you actually own in the digital space. Think about it, every single person that's ever clicked on any one of your links or watched your videos or visited your page, you've already done the hard work to get them there. You've already spent the time, energy, and money to bring them in. Email's just the follow-up and most people are skipping it completely. It's literally like spending thousands on ads to get people to come into your shop and then ignoring them when they're actually in the shop. Now, not to toot my own horn, but when I first started making money online, I definitely feel like I started off the smart way and I made sure to have an email list from the jump. The first ever side hustle or online business that I actually did was affiliate marketing through ClickBank. And essentially what I did was I set up a landing page on my email marketing platform with the affiliate product that I was promoting on ClickBank, and I paid an influencer to drive their audience to that landing page. Now, one thing that you need to understand is that the campaign itself made around $20,000 in the first month, but the part that changed my business is what came right after that. Because of the fact that I'd already started off by building an email list, I managed to collect over 30,000 subscribers into my email marketing platform. Now, these were people that genuinely trusted me. I was sending them emails that were related to the niche of the product that I was promoting, and every once in a while, in the midst of the valuable emails that I was sending them, I would also promote other products where they would go and buy. Because these people ended up trusting me and the emails that I was sending out so much, I could literally send one email and make $1,000 in that same night. That's no ads, no algorithm, no posting and praying. That experience right there really made me understand how important it was to have an email list. Now, I've actually tried and tested almost every single email marketing platform under the sun. I started off with GetResponse, I use ConvertKit, I use ClickFunnels, MailChimp, I use everything you could possibly name. And to be honest, I'm going to be dropping a comparison video on all the email marketing platforms very soon, because in this day and age, there is no reason for you guys to be paying hundreds every single month for a really clunky email marketing platform. But today I wanted to specifically share what I think is the best platform for complete beginners. Just the pricing structure alone is enough reason to make the switch. Most email marketing tools will charge you based off how many contacts you have, which sounds fine at first, but once you've started building your list and you get more subscribers, which is the whole point, you'll notice that your monthly bill also skyrockets. For example, you could be on a free plan and then as soon as you have your first 1,000 subscribers, you're paying like $200 a month. I'm talking you'll start off on a free plan and then when you get your first 10,000 subscribers, now suddenly you're paying $100 a month. Now you hit 50,000 contacts and next thing you know, you're paying $300, $400 a month. That's just to hold on to a list. So keep in mind, whether you're using the platform or not, you're paying that set amount every single month. That model makes zero sense for someone that is building an online business from scratch. The tool that I'm going to be showing you today will flip that completely. You pay based on how many emails you send out for the month, not how many contacts you hold on your list. So you can build a list as big as you want and you only actually pay when you're using it. Think about what this means in real terms. If you have an email list of 100,000 subscribers and you decide that you just want to send out one campaign, you're only paying for that single campaign for the month. Now, the tool that I'm referring to is called Brevo. Most of you have probably already heard of it or seen it in your emails because a lot of people are currently using it. It's actually way more than just an email marketing tool, but for this video specifically, we're doing email marketing, so we won't get into that today. Now, keep in mind, it's 100% free. You don't need to put in your card details to get started. And the base plan will actually let you send up to 300 emails per day for 100% free. I actually reached out to them recently to see if they'd want to sponsor this video that I was going to film anyway. And they've been so kind to allow me to offer you guys 50% off their paid plans for the first 3 months. So you definitely don't want to miss out on this. It's going to be the first link down in my description so you can start off with your free account in the meantime. And once you've done that, let's get into the rest of this tutorial so you can set up your entire email marketing campaign in the next 15 minutes. Once you've signed up, you just need to fill in your details, confirm your email, and you're in. All of this should take less than 30 seconds. It's a very quick and simple sign up process. And this is what your dashboard is going to look like once you're in. As you can see, it's super clean, very simple, there's nothing confusing. On the left side, you've got everything that you need. So contacts, campaigns, automations, and CRM. We're going to be going through each one of these so you fully understand what they are and how to use them before the end of the video. Now, first step is to add in your contacts. If you don't have any, that's absolutely fine. Most of you will not have any contacts to import if you're completely new to email marketing, but I'm going to breeze through this anyway for those of you who do. What you're going to do is you're going to head over to contacts and hit import contacts. Now, if you're moving from another platform, you can go into the contact section of that platform and click export contacts. It's going to give you your contacts in the form of a CSV file, and from here you can upload it directly into Brevo. Now, once your contacts are in, you can organize them into lists. Let's say there's people that just sign up for a freebie or people from a specific campaign. This is something that a lot of people skip when they're importing contacts, but it will make your life a lot easier in the long run. Having separate lists means that you can send the right email to the right people at the right time. A fun little stat, but segmented email campaigns can get up to 760% more revenue than sending the same email to everyone on the list. Now that you've set up your contacts, what we need to do is set up a page that's actually going to continue to collect emails for you. This is also known as a landing page. Without this, you have nowhere to send people, so you have no way of growing your email list. This is where most tutorials will kind of skip ahead too fast. They show you how to send emails before actually being able to collect emails in the first place. So let's do this properly. Inside Brevo, you're going to go to the landing pages section and you're going to hit create landing page. Now, you can start from one of their templates, which I'd recommend if you're just getting started. Pick something that's already in the niche of the freebie or paid product that you're trying to direct your audience to. The key things that your landing page actually needs is a headline that tells people exactly what they're getting, a short line underneath that backs it up, and an email capture form. You do not need to overcomplicate this. Now, you can click into any section to edit it. You can swap out the text, you can change the photos, you can change the fonts and colors. Obviously, go in and tweak it to match your brand. If you have a specific font, you can go ahead and change it. In reality, it should take you around 10 to 15 minutes to create something that looks professional. Now, something that beginners skip completely a lot of the time is that they do not authenticate their domains. If you do not have a domain for your landing page, please go and get one. This is literally one of the first things that you should do after you give your business a name. As soon as I came up with my brand name Glowithgia, I went off and bought all the domains for Glowithgia. But anyway, authenticating a domain means setting up DKIM and SPF records. You do not need to know what any of this tech mumbo jumbo means. All it does is it tells email providers like Gmail and Outlook where the emails are coming from, and that it confirms that they're coming from where they say that they're coming from. So for example, once I've authenticated the domain Glowithgia and I'm starting to send out emails, all of those emails are going to end in glowithgia.com. So for example, it could say contact glowithgia.com, support glowithgia.com. And apart from making your emails look super professional, it's also going to help you avoid ending up in the spam section, because you could be writing the best emails in the world, but it won't matter if no one can see them. Brevo will actually walk you through the step-by-step on how to do this, so please do not skip it. But yeah, once your landing page is live, you can go ahead and start directing people over to it. You can drop the link in your YouTube description, Instagram bio, wherever your audience already is. Now, when people land on it and sign up, let's actually make sure that something is happening. So there's two ways that you can send emails in Brevo. The first is a campaign. So this is basically a one-off email blast that you can send to your entire list or just segments of your list. This could be a promotion, an announcement, a weekly newsletter. You get to control when it goes out and who actually gets it. The second one is an automation. Now, this is a sequence of emails that fires up based on a trigger. The most important one for any beginner is the welcome sequence. So this is an email that gets sent out automatically as soon as someone joins your email list. You want to set up your automation first before you start driving any traffic to your landing page. First, what you're going to do is head over to automations and you're going to hit create a workflow. From here, you're going to set your trigger as contact added to list. So as I said, as soon as someone joins your list, they're going to be sent this email. Now keep in mind that you can time it. So this could be 5 minutes after the person signs up, 10 minutes after the person signs up. It could even be an entire day or week after someone signs up. But obviously the best thing that you can do is contact them as soon as they've joined, so it's fresh in their memory. A simple welcome sequence should look a little something like this. So the first email is you welcoming them and delivering whatever was promised. So whatever it is that they came for from your landing page is where you're going to be delivering that in that email. So as an example, I usually give out freebies to get people to join my contact list. So my first email would look something like, hey, thanks for joining my list. Here's the freebie as promised. Please keep an eye out in your email for more freebies, and so on and so forth. Just letting them know what they're going to be getting next. Then the second email will go out where you're kind of introducing yourself. So again, you're giving them something of value, something that they can look forward to from the emails, another reason for them to actually keep an eye out in their inbox for your stuff. And then let's say your third email could be something else that you recommend to them. Now you can see the entire flow laid out visually. It's very, very easy to build. And as I said, once it's live, it runs 24/7 in the background. So it doesn't matter if someone joins now, next week, next year, they're going to be getting sent the email a day after or an hour after, or how long you set it for. Now, for each email inside your automation, and even for any campaign you send, the process of actually writing and designing the emails is the same. You're gonna click over here and start designing. This is the drag and drop builder, so you can click on any section to edit it. You can drag in new blocks, you can add images, buttons, links, whatever you feel like adding. They also do have a built-in AI assistant to make it a lot easier for you. One of the main things that I will say, you give it a prompt and it will give you a copy, and then you can just go in and edit it to sound like you. I'm actually going to leave the prompt down in the description that I use to build my own voice for when I'm writing content, and you'll be able to use it on ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you use to make sure that you're getting writing that actually sounds like you. One of the things that I will say is that when you're first sending out an email blast, try and avoid adding pictures and like PDFs and stuff. You need to build up your trust in order to be able to start doing those, because there's a lot of people that are scamming using emails. So like they add PDFs that people click into and obviously get their entire computers hijacked and stuff. So because of the fact that these email providers do not actually have any trust score for you yet, it's ideal for you to play it safe until your deliverability goes up. Now, the subject line is the most important part when you're sending out an email. It's obviously going to determine if people even open your email in the first place to see what you have to say. So keep it short and make it personal, and give them a reason to click on the email. Now, one of the things that you should be informed about when you're a beginner is that there's such a thing as trigger words in email marketing. So it's almost like a list of forbidden words that you shouldn't really be using in your emails and your subject lines, because they can trigger your email to end up in spam. So some of these examples are like free or gift or act now, click here, winner. These are all typically words that are seen in scam emails, so try and avoid using those. Your subject line in general should feel like something you would actually get from, let's say, a friend. It should feel natural, specific, and a lot of the time just curiosity driven. The difference between having like a 10% open rate and 40% open rate most of the time is actually just the subject line. That is how much it matters. Another tip that I can give you is to always add a PS at the bottom of your emails. After the subject line, the PS is actually one of the most read parts of the email. Most people, just like me, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the email to see if it's even worth reading in the first place. So you should put your most important link there, or your call to action, or whatever it is. And once you're happy with your email, save it, preview it, and most importantly, send yourself a test. You want to make sure that it actually looks good in your inbox before you start sending it out to people. If you're doing an automation for this, you can hit save and then activate the workflow. If not, you can just send out a one-time email blast if you're just doing a one-time campaign. Another thing to note as a beginner, if you're just getting started, is that you want to warm up your email list. Again, all these email providers are kind of ranking you based off how much they trust you, and that's going to affect your deliverability. If you're coming into this new and you just suddenly decide that you want to send out an email to 10,000 people in your contacts list, most of the time it's going to end up in spam. Email providers are going to flag you up as suspicious, and it's going to affect your deliverability. You want to start off very, very small, and if you did have previous contacts, you want to start with the most active ones that you had in the first place. Over time, you can start to increase your volume, and this is going to affect the deliverability. More and more people are going to be seeing your emails. You're less and less likely to end up in spam. The whole thing about not ending up as spam is something called sender reputation, which I'm going to do a whole separate video on, because there's so many things that could land you in spam without you even realizing. But yeah, now that you have everything set up, you just need to actually get people into your list. If you do not have this already and you're complete beginner to this, you need to make sure that you have a lead magnet. So this is something that people will be signing up for. You need to present something that is valuable enough for someone to want to give you their emails. Nothing is free in this life, so you need to give something to get something, okay? I do want to be very specific here, because valuable means something different in different niches. If you're in the make money or entrepreneurship space, a free checklist, swipe file, mini course, resource list, this actually makes a lot of sense for your audience. But if you're in the health and wellness space, for example, you might want to do a free meal plan, a workout guide, habit tracker. If you're in fashion or lifestyle, you might want to be able to give out discount codes and so on. If you're not entirely sure, go and ask ChatGPT or Claude. They will give you some really good ideas for freebies. Claude will even build it up for you from scratch. I've had a lot of freebies that I've given out that were very, very valuable to my audience that AI built from scratch. The key with your lead magnet is that it should actually solve a problem that your audience has and just feel very, very specific and tailored to people. For example, a free guide to losing weight is very, very weak if you're in the fitness space. A free 7-day meal plan for women who hate cooking is very specific and something that people actually hand over their emails for. Once you have all of this set up and you have a good lead magnet, you can go ahead and start driving traffic from wherever you're driving it from. And one last tip that I have before I even head off is make sure you're cleaning your email list regularly. There's going to be a whole bunch of people that will just change their email addresses or stop opening emails, and it's important that you get rid of them from your list. If these email providers are seeing that you're sending out emails and there's too many people that are not engaging, you're going to end up being more likely to end up in spam. If you're sending out a whole bunch of emails that are not getting opened, your open rates are going to drop, and that's going to tell these email providers that your emails are not even worth delivering. So you need to make sure that you're going through your email list, even if it's just once a month. go ahead and see if there's anyone that's just not opened any of your emails ever. I like to filter it in a way where it's just like, if someone hasn't opened any of my emails for 90 days, they're gonna be removed from the list. It does feel counterintuitive to delete people from your list, but it works out in your favor because it makes sure that the remaining list ends up getting the emails that you're actually sending out. Now you have everything you need to fully understand why email marketing matters, how to set it up properly, and how to actually make it work. The only thing that's left is for you to start. So if you've been thinking about starting your email list, as I said, now is the time. If you just want to test it out, you don't want to be committed to it yet, again, the free plan on Brevo is a great place for you to start. And that just about wraps up today's video. If you learned anything new, please go ahead and leave a like. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more of these videos. And as always, if you have any questions at all, please leave them down in the comments and I'll be sure to reply. Best of luck, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.